This time on Heavy Rescue 401, a surprise storm
Worried about the small tape.
stretches equipment
We got no more winch.
to the limit.
This guy's gone for a little bit of a ride.
John Allen
Guy literally launched the truck over this turnaround into the ditch on the other side.
takes on a high-flying wreck, and non-stop problems
I'm tired of playing now.
force Gary
2 inches on the front.
to gamble big on North America's busiest highway. Hundreds of thousands of drivers depend on the men and women who risk it all to keep the roads safe, because closure is not an option.
Last up this groundhog was saying it's going to be springtime pretty soon. What the hell? Yeah, she's snowing pretty good.
March is going out like a lion
Just watch yourself there, boys.
as a spring storm catches drivers by surprise.
Holy smoke. Yeah, that was sure slippery there, eh?
A mix of snow and freezing rain is blasting the highways around Toronto.
This is a big storm system that's covering basically the entire province. It has been a very busy morning. People are caught off guard. We've had crashes all across the region. They've been coming in about 1 every 2 minutes for the most part. We are taxed right now to our limits.
Just an update, Highway 400, poor visibility.
It's almost whiteout conditions. The snow is still coming down. The lanes are barely visible in many areas, and we want to keep the highways moving.
Oh no, she's a-snowing.
As darkness starts to fall, northbound traffic on Highway 400 rolls to a stop.
Got the 2 lanes blocked here.
A B-train tanker has crashed, spilling oil and diesel all over the road.
Truck got in an accident, and now the oil leak.
Steve Pillai, owner of Steve's Towing, picked up the police call, and his crew headed straight to the scene.
Break, watch your 20 and the cleanup crew, guys.
They've hooked up the tanker, but there's one very important job left.
So we gotta clean up.
We're talking about snow, oil, and a little bit of diesel. It's not a good combination you're dealing with. The whole highway shut down, basically. There's no room to go anywhere.
I'm under pressure right now. They have to open the highway, man. We can't have the highway closed.
Thousands of drivers on the way home from Toronto are now heading up an alternate route. But the heavy volume is already choking off Weston Road.
Yeah, there's like everybody go around now. Yo, line up cars behind me. I'm stuck on the northbound side here. I'm at the very back of the pack.
Patrick, get all the garbage down here. There's no traffic coming this side.
The police want Steve to finish the cleanup and open the road within 30 minutes.
Okay, no problem, go ahead. Then we'll move that out, yeah. Open up the trailer, let's go.
Steve's assistant road boss, Patrick Luna, pours clay-based absorbent over the mess.
We got fuel here. I just covered it with absorbent. It's just hard to see when the snow is all covering it up right now.
The safety issue with the oil on the highway is cars running over it. It gets into their tires. They can crash somewhere else, and then it causes another mess up ahead.
They're waiting for their road sweeper to reach the scene.
One of our drivers, he has a sweeper. So once the sweeper comes, I can sweep everything out real fast. The sweeper's not here yet, so that's the problem.
We're just waiting for the sweeper. Yeah, we're gonna be done for sure. Chris, watch your 20 and the sweeper.
Traffic has come to a complete stop. I think there's a couple cars in the ditch. All lanes are blocked.
Go around or whatever you have to do, man. They're getting anxious right here.
I don't know, man. I'm gonna be screwed right now, guys.
It's already been 25 minutes. And we have 5 minutes left, but our truck's not here with the sweeper.
Yes, sir. It's stuck in traffic. We're just waiting. It's a flatbed with a sweeper on the top.
They need to escort us with the lights on because we have no way to get through.
With a sweeper on the top, yeah. Okay. Okay, thank you, sir. Got an OPP officer that's gonna come in here from here. He's gonna escort you, okay? OPP officer on the way to escort you.
Okay.
For now, we just gotta wait. Everything else is done. We just need a sweeper, clean it up, and we're out of here.
Chris, how are you making up, buddy?
Steve, the cop is in the ditch. Are you in a ditch, Chris? No, right? I'm not in the ditch. The same cop that is escorting me is in the ditch.
What, the cop went in the ditch now?
Yeah.
There's nothing I can do, Steve. I'm through now.
Just over a mile away,
Sonny, make your way down there, Sonny. Sonny, you going there, Sonny?
Try to get there fast as I can.
Steve's heavy operator, Sonny, is farther south on the detour road, but he's heading to his own urgent call.
That's very important for him because now I'm depending on him.
With the northbound 400 at a standstill. The main alternate route isn't doing much better.
Be careful when you come down the hill here, Sonny. It's very slippery, buddy.
Sonny needs to help a semi stuck and blocking traffic on the icy hill, including the plows and salt trucks that could keep traffic moving.
It's much icy, but snow on the top, so you can't even tell like there's really ice there.
And as he tries to move into position,
Sonny! My truck started to slide.
he needs to move up to flat ground before even trying a pull.
I said, no, I'm not staying here. I gotta go into the uphill on the top. Then I'll try to pull them up.
I was almost in the ditch. Wow. Sonny, I need more chains.
Steve's road boss, Walter Cabral, has called in a crew to help Sonny.
Here's more chains.
I don't have enough line. I don't have enough distance to get the truck. So we have to connect a couple of chains to get them.
Okay, good. Lose the winch, okay? I'm gonna pull it up to the hill right here so he can open the lane. Maybe he can move over to the side. I'm thinking this guy gonna go in ditch. I think so. What?
My line was break. I can't do nothing. I cannot stop the truck. How am I gonna stop? It's an 18-wheeler. If it started to slide out, can't do nothing.
My plan is working, but I'm worried about the small chain.
I was so scared. If there's anything break, anything happen, the truck gonna go into the ditch. I have to get it up.
What's the winch? What's the winch?
Sonny is all out of winch line.
We got no more winch to pull him up. And tell him to drive slowly, okay?
He decides to use his truck to pull the semi up the final stretch.
Hey, see if he can drive!
But he needs the driver to give him some help.
Drive! Keep going. Go. Yeah, he'll be okay.
We won the game on that. So there's a lot of game we gotta play.
They are to clear this.
Happy customer.
Right now, our lane is open, so a salted truck can come and salt them. Then after that, they can leave.
Now drivers escaping Highway 400 can finally make their way north.
Yeah, we got the road open.
Just to the east,
We're just waiting. We got another OPP officer trying to get him.
Steve and crew are ready to get the 400 open, but they need the road sweeper.
I gotta wait. I'm under pressure right now, man. It's killing me right now.
Steve is a guy, he don't give up. He don't give up, right? Whatever the job, like, he try best, he wanna keep going.
Hey, buddy, we're gonna be landing on. I'm with the officer, but we're at the 400 now, buddy.
Good news at last.
We're waiting.
All right, man, I'm finally on the 400.
Another police vehicle has arrived to escort the sweeper to the scene.
ETA 4 minutes.
We got a truck coming in, we got the sweepers on the way, we got a 15 minutes, we're gonna be in and out, we're gonna be out here. That's what the goal.
We're coming up to you guys now, Patrick.
Cops here. Time starts now. The cops here, time starts now. Come, come, come.
Okay, cut it off. Cut it off. Let's go. Okay, give me this, guy. Hook up the sweeper. Give me the sweeper first. Let's go. Woo. Let's go, guys. We got 15 minutes, guys. Let's go. We have the highway shut down. Okay, man, get it done. Let's go, move it.
You gotta hook this thing up because it wasn't hooked up.
Just take it down there first. Okay? We'll deal with it on the ground, okay? Go up there, Patrick. They got a truck coming.
But after being frozen while stuck in traffic, one hydraulic line is refusing to connect.
Start going in.
Don't break it.
In towing business, there's always gonna be something.
You gotta push it in hard.
Oh,
What's going on?
it's frozen, man. That's what happens when you leave it outside. The sweeper is not working.
In the middle of the highway, you don't have a lot of option.
Me. What a bull this way, man. Wrongly. We got a problem. Sweeper's not working.
On Highway 400, north of Toronto,
Oh my God.
Steve's deadline is up. He needs to clean the fuel spilled on the road.
Oh,
But the sweeper attachment on his loader won't connect in the cold.
Oh my God.
So Steve changes the plan.
Whatever you have there, you gotta make it work.
bring the bucket, Chris. Bring the bucket. That's what we're gonna do. Drop the sweeper over there.
They pull the sweeper off the loader.
Go, Chris. I need the man right now. Under pressure, man.
The highway should be open by now.
In the sweeper's place, they attach the bucket.
Where do you want me to start?
It's coming this way. Okay. It's good. Put in the dump truck.
Scrape all the frozen absorbent off, pick it up, dump it.
I am the boss, but I want the highway that's open, so I'm doing the shoveling, the snow, whatever I have to do to get this highway open.
This way. Yeah, almost done, yeah. 2 minutes, we are here. Get the sweeper back and load it up, guys, that's all. Got it done, yes. Didn't go the way I want to do it, but we got it done.
End of the day, you know, all my guys and my teamwork, and we got the highway open. It's tough situation, but you know, there's a job you gotta get done. You have to get it done, and that's what we did that night.
All lanes open.
All lanes are reopened.
Is that a fresh accident there? We're caught in the ditch.
Going home, call it a night. 5 minutes from home, I get this call, so, turn around, off we go,
As the storm finally begins to die down, Abrams Towing's John Allen is heading 50 miles east of Toronto.
Pulling up on scene here. Looks like the guy's off in the center medium here. Oh yeah. This guy's gone for a little bit of a ride.
The storm has left a casualty on Highway 115, a busy offshoot of the 401 that connects to the city of Peterborough.
This particular job here, I've never seen one like this. See his right tire marks, left tire marks, right up through here. At this point, left the ground. So the guy literally launched the truck over this turnaround into the ditch on the other side. Yeah, this guy went for one fun ride. Evel Knieveled it right over, Fall guy,
The semi lost control and veered into the median, hitting the raised U-turn lane, which sent it airborne.
I'm amazed, that the thing stayed together and it's still upright. And sitting there in the ditch, it doesn't actually look like it's that bad. I want to check, see if there's any sort of damage to it. This should have been catastrophic. It should be destroyed, broken in pieces.
And a closer look reveals the hard landing caused major damage.
The rear axles are twisted out, so the tractor's gonna have to be rear towed.
For that, John will require backup.
Hey, wakey. This ain't just a quick winch out of the ditch and tow it back type thing, right? The tractor's pretty messed up. Alrighty, we'll see you in a while.
As the sun comes up, Jim Vincent from Abrams Eastern Ontario shop rolls up on the scene.
Jim is a redneck. He does a lot of recovery work out in the Ottawa way. As it pulls up, this is all gonna follow.
John is more than ready to get started.
Pull your boom back in, Jim. Jim's truck, it's a V100. He's got 50,000-pound winch. He's got a whole lot of pulling power there. Go out a bit. I want to take this and put it to a block on that side. Lower it down a bit.
The trailer, loaded with 20,000 pounds of wooden pallets, is sitting in a tough spot.
This ditch, it's not just one straight hill. We got multiple hills, like kind of walking upstairs.
Yeah, it'll work. It'll center itself. Eh?
Yeah. I got Jim on the front. I'm gonna get Jim to pull it out that way.
John will focus on the trailer.
I'm gonna do this technique. It's called the lean casualty. It's for a real aggressive pull. And up to this point, it hasn't failed me yet. I'm gonna run a strap around the tailboard of the trailer.
It's gonna cradle this here, and like this, so when it goes up over, when it comes out of the ditch on the angle, it'll keep the low side high and prevent it from rolling over.
Truck starts leaning too much, over it goes, right?
There's this one here too, eh? Bring this one up?
Yeah.
While Jim's 50-ton pulls the tractor towards the road, a line from John's rotator will hoist up the corner of the trailer, keeping it level as it eases out.
The most important thing is that Jim doesn't get ahead of me here. Because if he gets ahead of me, if my rigging goes slack, the technique I'm using here, it could cause the trailer to go on its side. Jim! Ready? We're starting to pull here, and right off the bat, Jim is already pulling faster than I am. Slow down. I'm watching my line go slack. I'm like, oh no. Jim! Slow down.
On Highway 115, southwest of Peterborough,
Jim!
John Allen and Jim from Abrams Towing need to pull in perfect sync.
His truck's got a little more pulling power. He's got bigger winches, so they're moving a little faster than mine. Jim! I'm waving with two hands. I'm like, Jim, I'm yelling to him. And he's not hearing me, he's not seeing me. Jim! I see this thing about to go south, and all of a sudden, he stops pulling. Thank God he stopped. I'm able to tighten up my lines and hang on to this thing.
Now John has to play catch-up, pulling the back end up toward the road.
See how it's climbing up the hill?
And he's fighting against the tiered terrain of the median.
I got the wheels on the right side up onto the first step. See the wheels on the other side?
They're almost in the area.
They're off the ground.
The more you pull yours over, the more it's leveling off.
The back end's out. Go up there, get him to be a little aggressive on the front, and walk it right out. Go with the low.
There you go. That's perfect.
Just drive ahead, Jim. I felt so relieved that this thing come out. We got it out without it ending up on its side. You know, there's a few close calls there. Open that lane back up. Traffic's reopened. OPP's happy.
There's pipes I come down here, you gotta come all of us.
Yeah. I can come cut your grass next week. Jim's heading that way, I'm heading this way. And, you know, job well done.
Hours later, as night falls in Toronto, John winds down his day visiting the perch of a competitor he's been watching all winter.
Nothing going on, John, eh? Busy?
I see a lot of potential in Sonny.
I know John Allen because he's driving a big rotator in Abrams. I like that rotator. I want the big truck. I just want to be like John Allen.
So when are you gonna come and jump aboard Abrams there, Sonny? Sonny would be an excellent addition to our team here at Abrams.
I don't know, man. He asked me, hey, Sonny, you want to work for us? And then I asked him, are you kidding? Are you kidding me?
It would mean an end to the daily grind of chasing.
What do you think? Come on, man. Come on.
You gonna give us a rotator or what?
No, it's the same as what you're driving, pretty much.
Man, I don't know.
And Sonny can't forget that Steve put him behind the wheel of a heavy wrecker in the first place.
The guy give me a chance, you know? You gotta appreciate a little bit, eh?
He's giving you a chance. I'm giving you an opportunity. Right?
I don't know. I can't decide right away.
Like I said, think about it. Gotta run, man. Think about it. Don't think too hard. I threw the offer out there to him, and he's really thinking about it. I think he might be at the point where he's ready to jump ship and advance his career in the towing industry.
Daybreak on Highway 402 near London. Yesterday's bad weather is past.
I'm headed to a tractor trailer rolled over.
And Gary Vandenheuvel is cleaning up the mess.
We were called by another tow company. I've not worked with this tow company before, so I'm not sure of their skill sets, so we'll approach this one cautiously.
A semi-driver, blinded in the storm, lost control, hurtling off the road. On impact, the weight of the load pulled the trailer over hard on its side.
This truck is down deep. It's way down to the bottom of the ditch.
The company that has got the job has called for help because the truck's owner wants the semi recovered with a 45,000-pound load of fabric intact and inside.
It's gonna be a real heavy pull. It's not often that we upright them loaded.
Got it?
And that's a concern. Can we get this up without the trailer coming apart?
We're starting to throw some straps over it. We gotta get this thing up and moving and get this job done.
I've got a good crew on this one. I've got Kyle, Mark, and my son.
Plus the other crew, already on scene.
Makes for a little excitement for the day, doesn't it?
Yeah. This is a new company that we have never worked with before.
You throw in another company that has their ways of doing things, and sometimes that clashes, and sometimes it works, and sometimes it doesn't.
You want to cage the brakes for the trailers, or are we going to supply the air?
I'm going to supply the air to the brakes on that.
This company, they do a lot of towing. Recovery's not so much.
I want him on the front.
Anytime I'm on a wreck, I'm the guy that's in charge of it. I take the lead.
Okay, are you all strapped up down there?
We're all strapped up. We just got to get a line to this front one.
I'm going to use 3 off the rotator. Go 2 high lines and 1 low line. Mark, it's easier to walk them down the road and then the ditch.
First concern I have is getting it upright, getting the trailer up without the wall blowing out of it.
That's good. It's good for now, Mark. Just tighten up on red a bit.
We don't want to hurt the trailer. I mean, the truck, it is what it is. The truck's damaged, but the trailer's still okay, so we gotta get this up without hurting anything.
With the weight inside pushing on the thin wall, Gary uses angle irons to prevent the straps from ripping right through.
What we're doing is we're spreading the load out across this 4 feet across the top rail of the trailer, which is the strongest point.
Blocks of wood add extra support, but with a hard impact the trailer suffered, and 45,000 pounds sitting on its side, there's no guarantee it will hold together.
Kyle, we want to get this line snugged up.
All that, Yep. You can't pull that hard, guys. It's all about the little details. It's a matter of getting everything right so you're not damaging anything. Listen very closely, and you're listening to see if rivets are popping, okay?
Because it is a new trailer. They want the trailer saved, so we're gonna do what we can to save the trailer.
Mark, I'm gonna have you on that back corner.
Yeah.
Kyle, you're gonna be on this truck. I'll be on the rotator, and we'll just walk it up nice and easy. Okay, let's do it.
I'm listening for anything that's going on. You'd hear the creaking and the cracking if it was gonna blow apart.
Just put little pulls on them. It's coming. Give it a minute.
They've managed to get the trailer upright in one piece, but the weight is now pushing down, sinking the wheels into deep mud, adding more resistance for the crew to overcome.
This is going to be the hardest part of the job, is getting this thing up and out.
The other company will pull to steer the tractor toward the road, while Gary's rotator and Kyle's wrecker will carry the weight of the trailer. Both crews have to pull in sync, following Gary's lead.
Just put a nice, easy pull on it.
If the wrecker in front gets too far ahead, it will strain equipment and rigging.
Gary's the lead guy, so when he says pull, pull, when he says stop, stop.
If those lines break for any reason, a shackle, those cables come at you like a shotgun.
Let's get her pulling.
I'm hearing sounds that I don't like. I'm concerned.
What happened? Hook came right out.
They were pulling too hard on the front. The hook broke on it and let go and headed towards his truck there, so.
Fortunately, it didn't hit anybody. If it hits a person, it's going to be fatal.
I'll grab down here, Sonny.
Gary decides to move some of his pulling power to the front of the trailer.
If I bring my line in here and start bringing that trailer coming up your way, it's going to make it a lot easier on you.
Okay. Yeah, we got to grab it from the axles through the frame.
So we're just repositioning lines. My truck is going to help pull this trailer back around. They're going to pull on the front of that tractor and get it coming out. That is the problem when you start working with other companies that you haven't worked before. I don't like that. Just got to get this thing up and get it out my way. Hey, Sonny, how are you? You ready? Okay, just get a little snug. Yeah, just put little pulls on them. It's coming. Give it a minute, little pull.
I could tell it wasn't going where I wanted it to be. Things weren't working. Stop here, whoa.
Give it a minute, a little pull.
On Highway 402 near London, a heavy pull has gone wrong. Again. The second crew's operator escapes injury by inches.
They kept pulling on that tractor, and we broke a pin, and it came flying.
Oh, broke again.
Yeah. Again, the other hook broke on the front of it. So we're just gonna re-rig. I'm gonna turn my truck a little bit to the side, get up to the front there, give him a hand. Start making this thing move for him.
Gary repositions closer to the front of the trailer, but to keep clear of traffic, he'll have to pull from a tough angle.
Bit of a challenge. I'm just off to the side, so it's gonna be a little tough. It's gonna wanna pull me down in the ditch.
And he'll be fighting more than just the weight of the wreck.
She's in pretty thick mud down there.
So now you have more resistance because of all this mud.
You know what? I'm gonna double this one up. I'm gonna put a snatch block in and run it on a double line. That way you can get more pull out of your line. Red line
to the bottom.
Red line to the bottom. It's always a game of just maneuvering a little bit. No two jobs are the same.
Yeah, you're all right there.
To prevent his truck from sliding into the ditch, Gary will try a series of small pulls, and he needs the other wrecker to work with him.
Just walk it back and forth, and let me inch too, so we want to break some suction here. Little pull, Sonny, just a bit.
Rotator's moving.
Come on, sit still.
Start to pull, and it slides my truck over.
Hang there, buddy, hold on.
Major problem, obviously.
Gary's hoping if he can jam his brake pedal to lock up the wheels, he can better anchor the rotator and stop the slide.
A little trick to keep me stable. Locks my brakes up and helps a little bit on the pull. Okay, let's snug her together, boys.
The brakes hold. The rotator doesn't move. But neither does the wreck.
Hold up, Sonny. We getting any movement?
No.
We had some.
A little bit, not much. It might have moved like a couple inches, but that's about it.
Okay, give me a shovel. I want that taken out of there. Right there in front of those tires. A little bit of resistance here and there. Believe it or not, it makes the difference.
It's stuck in the ditch in the mud. That's what's sucking it in there.
Just after 3 p.m., the second crew brings in backup, adding an extra rotator to the fight.
You put another line on that back corner, I think with all of us pulling, it should start moving.
We're hooking this up, pulling the trailer up.
Okay.
Gary will now run one of his lines to the corner sunk deepest into the mud.
I'm right beside you, but you're going that way, I'm going this way.
And they'll rig the newly arrived rotator to the same spot.
Ditches are full of mud, full of water.
Oh, that was nice. I'm good.
It's going to fight us right to the top of the ditch.
Just put a nice, easy pull on it. Don't let them pull too hard.
Oye, andar yo.
Okay, everybody get back in case that hook goes.
We got more than enough iron to get this thing out. We have 4 heavies pulling on this right now. We're just gonna take it little pieces at a time here.
All right, let's get out of here.
Okay.
I've seen how their equipment doesn't work well under pressure.
We'll all work together and see what happens. Okay, make sure he doesn't pull all that hard, because it'll let go.
It'll come out like a rocket.
Just watch that back corner and tell me that those tires are turning or not.
On Highway 402,
Okay, What are we doing, guys? Little pulls?
Gary's got 4 heavy wreckers.
Little pull. Just give me a little.
Fighting a loaded semi stuck deep in the mud.
As long as he doesn't pull too hard, you're fine. You got a little more out of her? Now she's moving.
Oh yeah, they're both turning.
That's what we want to see. Colin, tell me what you see happening. She's out of the thick mud, so now it's just getting up the hill the rest of the way. That's it, just like that, nice and easy. It's coming. Get your guy to help with the back corner there. Bring her right to you if you can. We're almost there.
There it goes.
Okay, stop!
Whoa, whoa, whoa!
The tractor is up on the road. Now they have to get the trailer to follow it out without interfering with the live lane of traffic.
Just turn a little bit, pull about 5 feet forward, do a pull.
The 2 wreckers up front will reel the truck in, moving forward to finish the pull when they run out of room.
Stop! Use short pulls, 5 to 10 feet at a time, and then reposition the truck. Okay, little pull. If you get too far away, you're gonna be pulling the truck down the ditch.
It's time for the second crew to reposition for the next pull. But they've moved too far ahead. Instead of rolling up onto the road, the wreck is only sliding along the length of the ditch.
Stop, stop, stop!
I've been sitting on this, I've been patient, but it's becoming a challenge and it's becoming frustrating.
10 feet, just 10 feet. Straighten your wheels out. I'm getting frustrated because, I mean, I know even with the limited amount of experience that I have, I know what needs to be done. Right to me.
Cut that front end over now.
Stop and pull it out that way.
The way we asked.
But we're going to run out of light on this if we continue at this pace.
Whoa! Yeah, you're a long way up there again. See if you can get it to come with this one.
All you're doing is walking it right down the ditch. It's not coming up and out at all. We'll pull this from here to London, right down the ditch. We gotta get it up and out this way. Whoa, stop.
Come on, stop. No further. I'm gonna be here all night at this.
I don't think I've ever seen Gary get pissed off at a job before, and I think he's right on the verge today.
I'm tired of playing now. We're gonna be here till midnight if we keep doing it this way.
I have to come up with something. And I've looked at it and said, look, we're gonna make this come out.
I'm gonna grab the back of this trailer and bring it over.
Gary comes up with the idea that he's gonna use the rotator and literally pick up the back end of that trailer and move it to the shoulder of the road. That's a lot of weight to be picking up. I mean, the rotator's a strong truck, but that's a badass move.
I reach out with the rotator. It's way beyond its limits. I know that. I just knew I had to get this unit back onto the road.
Okay, do watch my legs on that side, please. Yeah.
We've gone to our full maximum reach here. Problem with that is you get into the whole balance issue. You know, you've got 80,000 pounds sitting on the end, and then your truck only weighs 75,000 pounds.
To make the maneuver even tougher, wedged between traffic and the slope, Gary can't fully extend both sets of outriggers for maximum support.
Okay, here we go.
I'm watching these outriggers trying to make sure that they're not floating too high and that the truck isn't going to tip over.
We're getting a little bit teetery, okay?
I've got Colin. He's watching my back over there. He knows what to look for on that.
Front's starting to pick up. Keep talking to me, Cole. Just floating on the front. How much? 2 inches on the front. 2.5 inches on the front. Now it's coming up more. Okay, you're really starting to float.
And that's when it gets a little bit scary.
Back leg starting to float. Okay, you're really starting to float.
5 hours into a frustrating battle on Highway 402.
Back leg starting to float.
Gary is gambling big, lifting the back end of a 45,000-pound wreck onto the highway.
We are pushing this rotator to its limits.
He had his boom extended out as far as it would go.
I'm grabbing it, lifting, and taking the entire weight of the entire trailer, and I'm sliding it a couple inches at a time.
How we doing, Cole? You're 2 inches on the front.
When I would tell him, you know, okay, the legs are starting to float, he would pull the boom in a little bit, and that would give us a little bit more leverage on our end.
With the trailer up, hanging over the edge of the ditch, it's time for the final step of Gary's risky move.
Slide this thing over. How we doing, Cole? You're going back down. You're on the ground. Thank you.
A little bit more, baby. Come on.
Now we're cooking the fire. Yeah.
That was a badass move for the boss to do. I don't think I have the cojones to do it, but he did.
She's officially on the road. Let's pack her up, boys. Let's go home.
Look at you go with your big boy tow truck.
Yeah. All right. We're out of here. Job's done. Got it to where they can get it from here, so we're gonna pack up and go home.
It's a great feeling. It's a victory, right? Maybe took a different path along the way, but we got there.
10-4, be advised, all lanes are reopened.
Welcome to Ontario Winners.
Every day in the towing industry, it's a challenge.
I haven't come to a battle that I haven't won yet.
It's a hard business.
Let's go, man, let's go. Whoa!
It's an extremely tough industry.
Look at that damage. Unbelievable.
I gotta get there fast as I can.
It takes a certain person to be able to do this style of work and the hours that we put in.
Hawaii.
The late meals, the missed birthdays, all the things that go behind this.
Could be one hell of a long night.
A procession of tow trucks, kind of an honor guard thing. Men and women put their life on the line every day, standing out on those roadways.
First sign of squealing tires, you're running.
Some of these jobs just fight you every inch of the way, struggling with them to get them up.
Pull, 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 pull.
Beautiful. There she is.
Oh, I love this job.
But that's just what we do.
What I call sexy.
We're a team, me and the truck.
It's great. We love doing it
Atta boy.
every day.
I like when they say good job.
Those people out there are nuts.
Next time on the season finale of Heavy Rescue 401,
The terrain between Hope and Toronto, it's so different.
The team from Highway Through Hell.
It's just way different obstacles to overcome.
And the 401 crew.
You just feel the wind going by your head.
Size up heavy recovery.
Wow.
These are trucks that guys used to run back in the 70s.
In the mountains of BC.
That's pretty amazing stuff.
And the mayhem of Ontario.